Hey everybody, Steve Haynes here with another episode of Sports and Women. And how important can a mentor be in a young man's life? That's the question that I'm asking all of you. And the reason why I'm asking is because Cleveland Browns wide receiver Josh Gordon got into a little trouble over this past weekend, over this 4th of July weekend. He was caught driving 15 miles per hour over the speed limit. Driving at 50 miles per hour, and the speed limit was 35 miles per hour, and this was in North Carolina. His blood alcohol level was 0.9, and the limit is 0.8, so he was just over. But this guy has been in a lot of trouble, and he's hurting my fantasy football league. But the guy is, he's had some alcohol issues. He's had some marijuana issues, but last year he was suspended for a few games, still managed to lead all wide receivers in receiving yards. He's a heck of a talent. He's only 23 years old. But I was watching First Take. I love ESPN First Take on ESPN with Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, and Kerry Champion. Stephen A. Smith was critical of Josh Gordon. He was a little hard on him, but rightfully so. The kid came on the show multiple times. He mentioned his troubles in the past, and he did say that he was trying to fix a lot of his problems, but here we go again, same old story. And he's lucky to be alive, with all of these drug abuse issues and alcohol and marijuana issues. What this kid needs is a mentor, and mentorship is very important, and not just an NFL player's life, but our lives in general. Just think back to all of your mentors in your lives, whether it be in, I know for myself, Vacation Bible School, and being in the church, and just having neighbors, just having somebody that watches over you and somebody that cares for you. And I think Josh Gordon definitely needs this. Chris Carter was another guy who was very critical of him, and he brought up a good point. He said this guy needs to be smacked in the face. He needs to be hit hard so he can learn how to be a professional. Chris Carter went through the same thing with alcohol issues when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles. He was cut and released from the team, and he was given a second chance by the Minnesota Vikings and turned into a Hall of Famer. So Josh Gordon definitely needs a mentor. Let's not use the excuse of how young he is too much. He is 23 years old, but when you've been in situations multiple times, more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, something has to click in your head, and you have to get it together. Josh Gordon is a heck of a player, heck of a football player. Stephen A. Smith again mentioned this. There's no 9-to-5 job that's going to pay him the millions that he's making in his NFL career. So this guy needs to stick to football. He's a heck of a talent. I wanted him to be on my fantasy football team this year. That's not going to happen. So Josh Gordon, I wish you the best. If anybody else is watching this, we need to mentor this guy. I don't want to see him go the path of being labeled as a knucklehead or an idiot. A lot of people are very harsh on him because we're disappointed. We don't want to see a guy this talented, basically throw his life away. Somebody like Aaron Hernandez, for obviously different situations, but we want to keep these guys out of trouble. So I hope that he will. He'll probably be suspended for this year. He'll come back even stronger. May get released by the Cleveland Browns, and another team will pick him up. Hopefully with a good franchise, possibly the Eagles. Maybe the Eagles. Can the Eagles do something like that if we lose Jeremy Maclin? No, maybe. I don't know. But I wish this guy the best. Let's just, I think a mentorship is very important. If you guys are older out there, any young men or any young women, we definitely need mentors. We need more mentors. So wish Josh Gordon the best. This is Stephen Haynes with Sports and Women.